With this acquisition, they now have 117 tracks across US, Canada, Aruba, Australia, and New Zealand. That's like almost doubled.
Yeah. Yeah. Episode 131 of the Drag Driver Pete Show. Can you believe it?
How'd we get here?
Dude, we just keep doing it. Stuff. But I want to talk about IHRA, bro. These dudes have spent mountains of money this year pushing the motorsports community forward in just about every kind. Boats, drag boats, offshore racing boats, tractor pools, now a stock car series. What else are they part of? Obviously drag racing, and then there's something else in there too.
Tractor pool, did you say that?
Yeah, I got tractor pool. I don't know. Huge list, but today they announced that they have completed the acquisition of WDRA. And if you guys will remember, a few years ago, that split was brutal for the community. It was IHRA tracks trying to figure out if they were doing WDRA and IHRA and all this kind of stuff. It was a pretty wild moment. So now they are back together, and it sounds pretty cool. It sounds like they have figured out, and they're going to work together. Everybody that was at WDRA is now under the IHRA umbrella. So it's going to be kind of interesting. I did make a few notes here. When Daryl bought IHRA, they kind of partnered up with them, and the WDRA was handling all the sportsman classes, which are obviously under the professional classes. So not pro mod, but like top sportsman, top dragster, all that kind of stuff. And any other sportsman class, I'm sure they've got a ton of them. I don't know any of those names. I think I remember us talking about that, and I didn't know their names then.
Right.
Shows how much studying I've done since then. So it's going to be kind of cool. You know, they said it's built around supporting member tracks and bracket racers. That's what this next little slide is. You guys saw this today. If you didn't see this, you weren't on Facebook and you weren't looking at car stuff. It says for racers, for tracks, and for the sport, IHRA Sportsman Series. So they've rebranded all of the WDRA pages to IHRA Sportsman Series. So they kept all that stuff, which I think is really smart. Instead of shutting those pages down, they kept all that, and they're going to keep that same kind of content and context over there on those pages. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Daryl, dude, my note says rapid expansion continues. This is it's pretty wild. They've got, since last year at PRI, I think they've bought 7 or 8 tracks. The Outlaw Nitro Series has been crazy, watching those guys, seeing all the people come into Pro Mod for there, all the huge payouts at Pro Mod. And then this next one, I'll let you read this one. I thought this was crazy to think about as we move into 2026.
Which one are we on?
Yeah, number three there. Sorry. Yeah.
So I thought this was kind of interesting too. WDRA, they had 62 sanctioned tracks previously. With this acquisition, they now have 117 tracks across US, Canada, Aruba, Australia, and New Zealand. That's like almost doubled.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It says they're the largest global sanctioning body. Just like, dude, think about 3 months ago, we were not even thinking about this.
Right.
That's how you can do things, 117 tracks are now under IHRA sanctioning body, which is really pretty crazy if you begin to think about what can happen with that, rules and support for the tracks and all that kind of stuff. Just from an insurance standpoint, that can save a ton of money for insurance. So the more people you have on insurance, generally the less insurance is, as long as not everybody's claiming stuff and all that. So it should be pretty cool. Plus, it'll give them a very large resource of people to lean on. As big as like the sanctioning bodies are, I was trying to think of like who I've talked to, being as involved in Tulsa as I am, like who all I've talked to at other tracks and all that as it goes along throughout the years. And there's really like, I don't know. I don't talk to many other track owners except for like, big shout out to Carl and Craig Blanton. They're huge friends and, great supporters of the brand for a long time. But I think this will really help grow the sport itself, whatever motorsports sport that is, because you will be able to lean on so many more people. So pretty interesting acquisition there.
Yeah. And then sounds like at PRI, there will be a meeting that's going to set the tone for 2026. That's going to be Friday, December 12th from 11 to noon in room 234, which is right next to where we will be. So it says that the IHRA is hosting a dedicated PRI session to outline timelines, benefits, and opportunities under the new unified model, and it's expected to give clarity for operators and racers. Pretty interesting. If you're into that, you definitely want to check that out at PRI.
Yep. And so we'll be doing our awards on Thursday. So you guys already know where all this stuff is going to be. And then you go up on Friday morning, 11 to noon, room 234, right next door. So, we're just going to set the stage for that area for a bunch of people to be in. I'm sure more people are going to go to IHRA because they're all going to stand there and be like, what the heck? What are you doing?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, let me show this because this was hilarious, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody at IHRA. But all right, J-Wire Solutions, our next segment here. So, expert car and marine wiring solutions you can trust. J-Wire Solutions can wire and plumb your hot rod, your race car, your drag and drive car, your boat, your truck, your whatever snowblower. They got parts for snowblowers, dude. There was a snowblower the other day on Marketplace here in Northwest Arkansas, and I was like, what idiot would have a snowblower here in this area? We get no snow, and if it is here, it's here for 2 days. So
I'll trade you.
Yeah, right. Bring it on, man. But they offer a ton of other products other than just wiring your car. They offer all kinds of stuff like the IHRA bypass block off, which reminded me as I was writing this note, there's still water in your race car, guys. So if you need to go out and change that, drain it or something.
Yeah, especially if you're around here by me, we're already 30, 35 degrees today was the high.
No way. Kill me.
Well, actually, when I woke up this morning, there was a light dusting of snow on the ground already.
Nope. Out. That's why people are snowbirds, man. I'd be gone already. When it hit last time, I'd already been gone. Well, big shout out to Jay. If you guys have any wiring questions, he's our go-to guy all the time. I always ask him all that kind of stuff. This is hilarious. So our boy Dirty Panda today put this together. It's Daryl as Thanos and the gauntlet is like the drag boat racing. Hang on, let me make it big here. It's got the drag boat racing. It's got outlaw truck and tractor pulling, offshore power boats, stock cars, WDRA, and drag boats as the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, good job on that. He posted another meme that's probably too mean for me to post, being that I'm involved with some tracks that may not like it. So I thought this was pretty cool. I did hear that somebody had said in a message that they think that IHRA has probably spent more than $200 million this year on tracks and sanctioning bodies and things like that. So huge investment in the community. So big shout out to that. We want to say thank you to all of you guys out there, our race car friends that are helping us make this thing bigger and bigger and bigger. We have a huge year planned for 2026, but first we got to get through PRI. So we're hoping that you guys will see us there. And if you're not there, we're going to see you on the live stream making comments. We're going to have somebody running the computer while we're there, putting comments up on the screen and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for being here, guys. We appreciate it. We got big stuff that's going to be announced at PRI for our race car friends. And thank you to our sponsors that make all of this possible. We appreciate them so much. 2025 has been an insane year. So as you're doing some shopping over the next, 48 to 72 hours here, as people have some specials that will be coming out, make sure you're trying to shop at some of these guys. At least shop over there, look and see if they've got anything that would fit your build and stuff. So Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsport, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, Performer-Built Transmissions, Car Chains 3D, Power Tube TV, if you want to watch some exclusive stuff from us over there. WAF Racing, who's going to be in our booth with us. Sweet Patina with the best hand cleaning wipes on the market. And then Racing Junk Classifieds, of course, the official buy-sell trade here of Drag Driver Pete.